Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about something that you can put in your not really bucket vehicle, but more for everyday carry in your vehicle, and it could save you a lot of trouble and embarrassment and sometimes even pain for some people. So, before we do that, if you're interested in detective stories, this is the first part of an 11-part series that I read called Bloody Crosses. It's in Dutch. If you're interested, it will be down in the description. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a portable urine compartment. So yeah, it's like a bedpan, a unisex bedpan actually, to be more specific. So yeah, this is just the canister. You can just put this bit on this, and yes, both man and female can use it to relieve themselves. But what has this to do with everyday survival? Well, there is a thing that you, yeah, just in everyday scenarios. Imagine you're driving through the city, or you're in a traffic stop, a long traffic stop, or yeah, a place where you have to stay in the car, but you really need to go to the toilet. But yeah, it's not always that possible because, especially here in Belgium, the police, there are hefty fines when you're urinating in public, even if it's really necessary. And yeah, 50 euros is a lot for just a wee. So yeah, I have been in several occasions where I really had to pee, while I was driving. But the problem is, it was very late at night. Nothing was open. There was no truck stop. There was no bar open. I could not go to the side of the road because there was always so much traffic, and for some reason the police was patrolling that night a lot. So I would not take the risk. So I had I had this in my car, and I used it. Of course, many people will say, but you can improvise it with an empty plastic bottle with from your soda or something. Of course, that's a good way to improvise, but it's not really a good. It's more. This is more unisex, so this means that also females can use it in from within the car, and yeah, to relieve themselves when there is nothing really to, no way to stop, to say. So yeah, it could be very embarrassing, or a little bit, like I said, with the fines. And even during a survival scenario, like a bug out with a bug out vehicle, or something like an evacuation, there will be traffic stops very long, and you cannot just get out of the car. Because imagine if you're going to an evacuation or a bug out, and yeah, you leave your car, you leave your seat for even 1 minute. Somebody else who's on foot could see that as an opportunity, get into your car and get the stuff out, steal something, or drive away if you forget to take your keys out. So yeah, those are things that could happen, and where staying in the car is a little bit more favorable. So another thing that is possible is, if you're driving near a checkpoint, and yeah, you know how slow checkpoints are. So in some military zones, it could take a very long time before you could pass it, and you really need to take a piss. But imagine what will happen if you're, let's make it 20 cars away from a checkpoint, and you really need to pee. It's not always a wise idea to get out of the car, because first of all, the military or the police at the checkpoint could think that you're trying to avoid the checkpoint. They will see you, get after you, and it can get into a messy situation if they are really stressed out, like during a war situation where there is always a possibility of attacks, guerrilla attacks, or people transporting bombs, guns, or something. And if you are one of those persons who are drawing bad attention by getting out of the car, even if it's for a wee, yeah, that could lead to dangerous situations with stressed out military personnel. So yeah, then it's better to stay inside of the car, um, to avoid that sort of bad attention or problems. And even if you don't, if they understand that you get out, from the moment they see you do something weird, they will pick you out. They will be more thorough in their investigation, in asking difficult questions. And yeah, you could lose a lot of time because you made yourselves suspicious or draw bad attention. So that's another reason where you could use one of these. Um, next to these, I would also advise to always keep one of these in the car. If you really have to take a shit during the road, this could be a lifesaver. If you just going on the side of the road, bend, squat down next to the car, away from the lane. That even people who are coming near, who are driving near the car, will not see what you are doing there. So yeah, the toilet paper is always handy, but I would advise there are several kinds of uh, bedpans, because I will call this a bedpan. There are several kinds of these. So one of those that you can collapse to even a smaller thing like this. This is more something more for my medical supplies, for in case when somebody is bed sick during a survival situation and you cannot get them from the bed to the toilet. So you bring the toilet to the man or the woman that is sick and cannot get out of bed. So you can also put this inside of the car, and I have had more use out of this in that scenario than in any other scenario. So yeah, it's just a small idea that you can do with just a bedpan. Don't be ashamed. Don't say, only a wish would carry that in their car. If you really need to pee, you could save 50 euros to a fine from the police. You could yeah, not embarrass yourself, because yeah, you know how people are. They say something, they see somebody peeing and they take their phones out, and now you're on the internet as the peeing against the church guy. So yeah, those things could happen. And yeah, even like I said, even in survival scenarios, it has some uses. And like I said, I would also use this during a bug in for sick people who cannot get out of bed. So yeah, if you have any other uses for a bedpan, like it could be something very stupid, like you can fill this with, in case if you have to bug out and leave your vehicle, you can close this off and fill it up with water before you leave, and you have an extra water, improvised water container. You only use this when you have not used this to pee in. So yeah, that could be a little flavor saver, so to say. So yeah, if you have any other use for a bedpan like this, please let me know it. I'm always eager to learn new perspective, get new ideas. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, all the good stuff, and see you in the next video.